Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a Native American tribe with deep roots in southern Nevada. Of course, we're talking about the Paiutes. We'll introduce you to the tribe's new chairman and discuss the Paiutes' influence right here in our community. Joining us for this discussion and a whole lot more is our Councilwoman from Ward 6, Nancy Brune. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning, David.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good to have you back.
Good to be here.
Paiute Nation, very near and dear to Ward 6,
Yes.
the city in general. We're going to talk about that today. But before we get that far, you know Ward 6 really well. For those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 6 is located, well, don't worry. We're going to show you on the map. It's the top of our valley, basically the great Northwest out there. Hence our discussion with the chair of the Paiute tribe, because your ward and the reservation come very close to each other out there, so makes for a good discussion. So, Councilwoman, up first, he's the new chair of the Las Vegas Paiutes. We're very honored to welcome Chairman Benny So to the program. Chairman So, congratulations, welcome. You're not new you're new as chair this time, but you've been chair in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, thank you for having us today, and being able to share some of our stories and share some of our things that we have going on. This is my first time coming here, and again, I'm very appreciative of it, so we can be able to let you guys know what we got going on. Yeah, this is not my first rodeo. I have about 20 years experience. I worked my way up as a councilman to a vice chair, and then the last part of it, for the last 10 years, I was voted and elected the tribal chairman.
Mm-hmm. I think when I met you the first time, is you were chair the previous time around.
Yeah.
So
back by popular demand.
Back by popular demand. That's always to be reelected over time like that is obviously your constituents have a lot of faith in you. So
yeah, I think this time we're going to do a lot of things. We have a lot of development coming up, and some issues that internally for our tribe that we need to fix, and I think it's a good start. With the partnerships and building that we have with the local municipalities, Councilman Brune being in Ward 6, we're a Snow Mountain Reservation.
Right out there together, yeah.
Yeah, and being able to, work with them and work close together with them to both, fit the best of our needs.
Yeah. Councilman, we're going to talk about that today, the relationship between the city and the tribe out there, especially out in your neck of the woods where things come so close together. Beforehand, though, I thought it'd be interesting maybe to get a little background on the tribe itself.
Yeah. Especially because we have so many people who have moved to Las Vegas, and to Ward 6, and I think they may only know about you or the tribe, because they golf out at the golf course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just want to share a little bit about the history, sort of. I think you shared with me the meaning of Mount Charleston when we first met, and so just kind of share some background about the Las Vegas Paiutes for our newer residents to Ward 6.
Yeah, you got that right. A lot of the people that move here, that aren't familiar with Las Vegas or the area around us, we get that a lot. Wow, there's a tribe here in Las Vegas, all places, right? Las Vegas. But, we like to say that the city of Las Vegas grew up around us.
Right.
Because we've been here from time immemorial, and this at one time was part of our ancestral homelands. We shared, along with other Southern Paiute bands, about 3.5 million acres.
Wow.
Spanning from southern Utah, southern Nevada, tip of northern Arizona, down to Southern Cal. So
wow.
Yeah, so we've since then, we've kind of whittled away a little bit, and our first little piece of land that we acquired was 10 acres downtown here, right off of Main Street, in between Washington and Owens. And that was 10 acres.
The colony, I think.
Las Vegas Paiute Colony, correct. So we started off there, and I grew up there myself. I have ties to the land there. Growing up there, I'm a lifelong resident of Las Vegas. Grew up here, went to school, went to CP Squires. Went to JD Smith. And I went to Rancho High School. So
yeah. Kids were there. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's where we started off at. Acquired some land. Our relatives then, started a bunch of economic development, which created the Tribal Smoke Shop, which used to be a white trailer, you know, on the reservation, on the colony downtown.
And Las Vegas Boulevard there, yeah.
Started a lucrative smoke shop, you know, that has grown now. Now we have two. One downtown is our biggest smoke shop, and then one up north, our Snow Mountain Smoke Shop.
Right, right. And then, Chairman, so tell us about, too, the relationship then between the Paiute tribe and then the city of Las Vegas. Talk a little bit about that. How the two over the years have
communicated,
and worked together,
or collaborated.
My first term as a chairman, you know, that was one of the things that I wanted to kind of do was to bridge those gaps. I don't know if there was even a gap to be bridged, but I wanted to reach out because we understood that, you know, for our tribe to progress, you know, we have to think outside the box, and we have to make those relationships grow, you know, between our tribe, ourselves, and outside municipalities, you know, so reaching out with the city of Las Vegas, you know, back then, meeting with the mayors, you know, and talking with some developers and getting some services to our tribe, the res down there, the colony. You know, so those were very helpful back in the day, you know, and I still cherish those relationships that we have today. And, you know, they keep growing, you know, and which is for the better for both of us, not only for the tribe, but for the city of Las Vegas, because with those relationships that we've built, we've been able to establish some businesses for the tribe and not only produce, you know, job or income for the tribe, but also the surrounding people that are around us. You know, not all of our tribal members work in our businesses, so you know, we hire outside. We hire non-natives, you know, to come work for the tribe. You know, and we're happy to have that support, and we're happy to have those relationships that we've built. You know, very appreciative of those, and that's a small, you know, part of the relationships that we have built. You know, it goes deeper than that. It goes to where we help each other out. You know. Through the state level, you know, federal level, you know, because the partnerships that we've built, you know, we've been able to lobby with each other, you know, team to team, hand to hand, you know, government to government.
Done a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah, to acquire, you know, some land and things like that. So that's basically how we got started, you know, and my term now, I want to continue that, and I would like to continue those relationships and even build a little bit more, you know, because we do have some development running out at Snow Mountain that we're anticipating, and you know, being able to work in Councilman Brune's ward and to have her as a partner, and you know, her people to help our tribes grow, you know, I think that's, you know, very important for the tribe.
Can you share a little bit about some of the projects that you're working? I know when we met, you talked about the healthcare center and just some of the economic development.
Oh yeah.
Can you share a few of those with us?
Yeah, you know, as far as the smoke shop goes, that was our first enterprise that we had. You know, and that's taken us a long way, and that continues to be a strong revenue for provider for the tribe. But since then, we've kind of noticed, you know, that some of that area is starting to plateau off. So we've had to think outside the box and create different types of revenue streams for the tribe. So it was our predecessors, my older cousins and my older families that were able to start the golf resort, you know.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Talk a little about that, Chairman. So the difference between the colony downtown and then how the tribe had the resort out near Councilwoman's ward in Ward 6, the relationship between the two.
Oh, downtown is a downtown colony. It's a small parcel of land that, again, that was deeded to us 1911 by Helen J. Stewart. And since then, we've grown a little bit by acquiring some land, getting that turned into from fee to trust land. That was a process in itself. But talking about the Snow Mountain Reservation, that was deeded back to the tribe, you know, in 1983 through the act of Congress, you know, for economic development, for tribal housing, and that sorts of things for the tribe. So and that's when back then they decided to do the golf resort, you know. So they've built it out since. Started off with one course in 1995. It took us that long to kind of secure those relationships with the bank, you know, being able to be established and do those things. And again, those were partnerships that grew outside of the reservation boundaries, you know, outside the tribal boundaries. So that's why I think it's very important to continue to look outside the box for help, because, you know, closed mouths don't get fed, you know. So if we keep to ourselves, then we're not going to be able to progress. So being progressive outside that means, doing what you got to do to try to better the tribe.
Yeah.
I mean, that golf course must be one of your biggest crown jewels. I mean, that's my favorite golf course, and everyone I talk to says that they've been out there, and that's one of their favorites. It's just beautiful. It's very unique here in southern Nevada. So if you haven't gone out, you really do have to go out.
Please. I'm a little biased, I think. I enjoy playing out there. We do have some breezy conditions. We don't like to use the W word, windy, but at times we do have, we have breezy conditions
Makes it more
out there.
challenging.
Exactly. Adds a degree of difficulty to the game. So, it really can test your skills. But no, on a serious note, we do have the 3 golf courses out there. They're all peat dye. That is another economic driver for the tribe.
Yeah.
The tribe now we're fully tribally owned and operated now. So and
Congratulations.
Thank you. It took a long time, and that's one of the things that was completed underneath my administration as a chairman is we paid off our last loan on that back in a few years ago.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
How long is your current term, and what are some of your priorities for the time that you're there?
Current terms, they last 2 years, so every even year goes on forward. So our elections are every July of every even year. So I am now in my 7th month as sitting chairman, anticipating on doing at least 2 more terms, so that means another 5 more years. I would like to have going forward, and being able to get some of those things started, and being able to get some of the the innermost, things on our tribe, some of the concerns that we have, for one of them, is our enrollment. We're 48 members now, so we need to work on enrollment. We need to work on, growing our numbers, populating our tribe. That way we can secure our existence here in Southern Nevada, and keep our tribe going. And, I think it's very important for our youth, to be able to have that, not necessarily saying they're a descendant of the Las Vegas Paiute tribe, but actually being citizens of the tribe, having that identity, and being able to say that they belong to a tribe, I think is probably the most important things for our tribal citizens.
Yeah. The tribe dates back, is it right, Chairman? So 44,000 years, potentially?
Yeah, there's, the petroglyphs and, the things that we have around here, around this area. You talked earlier about Mount Charleston. That's one of our sacred mountains. Sheep Mountain, Sunrise Mountain, and Sloan Canyon out there, that surrounds the Las Vegas area. And all of those areas, they tell our story. Whether it's the petroglyphs that are out there, the rock art that's there, the roasting pits, the remnants of pottery, arrowheads, everything that you find out in those areas, they tell our story.
Yeah, for sure. Been here a long time. The tribe's been here a long time.
Sometimes we like to say, since Sunrise Mountain was a hill.
right, exactly. Chairman, so how can the city, how would you hope the city and the tribe partner moving forward, especially with some of the land issues that are coming up out in the northwest area of the valley? What would you like to see the city and the tribe do together at this point?
I'd like to continue to see the collaboration. The open, the open-ended conversations. Being fully transparent with each other, which we have. The issues that surround their area and our areas. We're one and the same. So any way that we can be helpful to the city of Las Vegas. In Brune's ward, we're open to that, but I would like to see the communication lines remain open, and being open-minded to, some of the tribe's needs and necessities, just along the same way as that we are with the city, and some of the view shed, some of our cultural aspects, I think those play a big role in who we are, and telling our story. Up to this date, I haven't had a problem with, sharing those stories or having the city support with everything that we've gone and, moving forward. So those are just probably some of the main things that I would like to see.
Right.
Speaking of some of the needs of your tribal members, I think you mentioned health. Can you share a little bit about the healthcare center or the work that you're doing downtown that I think will also support young people?
Yeah, we back in the day when I was growing up, you know, we had a small little trailer that was on the downtown colony that we had, you know, some medical services, but most of the time it was you go there and you get a referral to go to the outside, and you have to kind of, you know, wait your turn in line. Now, you know, since then, you know, we've progressed tremendously. So now we have a full non-ambulatory clinic that's open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You know, that services all the urban natives, not only our tribal members, but all the urban natives within the Clark County service area.
Wow.
So,
That's great.
Where is it located?
It's downtown here.
Oh, it's in the colony. Okay.
Yep. So we have medical there, dental, optometry.
Oh, that's great.
Specialty care. You know, we have special program, special diabetes programs for Indians. You know, behavioral health. You know, LADCs. You know, therapy. And
Wow.
we just opened up and had a grand opening for our wellness center. It's a 10,000 square foot facility that houses a full-size regulation basketball court, workout space with weights, free weights, machines.
Nice.
That's going to be really popular with the young people.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, and has a kitchen, full-service kitchen for classes, nutrition classes. There's therapists there
That's
as
terrific.
well. Yoga room for people that are into yoga, I guess. And, you know, some traditional healing.
You're not.
You bend a while, once in a while, you know. But yeah, you know, that we just opened it up, you know, and we had representatives from Councilwoman Brune's ward and Miss Summers, her ward, and the mayor came over and spoke to us and gave us a proclamation, which was very, it was fun. You know, it was a good day. We had a good turnout.
That's nice.
And it's blessed to have, again, these partners, you know.
I know you got a very active listener in Councilwoman Brune when it comes to the partnerships between the city and the tribe. Chairman, we have about a minute literally left. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we have to say goodbye?
If we can, you know, just, you know, want to pump the golf course a little bit, you know, come visit us, learn about us, you know, take the time and ask questions. You know, we're open to telling our story. We're open to letting outside non-natives learn about our culture and our history. And I think with that, you know, people can know who we are because, again, we're not going nowhere. You know, we're going to be here for the duration. And I think the more education that, you know, non-natives have, I think the better it is, you know, and it just makes for a better deal for both sides.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the program. It's good to see you again. Councilwoman, great idea to bring him onto the program. And again,
Won't be the last time.
Exactly
so.
right. Exactly right. And again, congratulations on being reelected as a chairman on a second stint. So.
Well, thank you very much, and it was a fun show, you know, and I look forward to coming back again and speaking.
Thank you.
You guys come out and visit the golf resort.
Thank you so much.
Come
Take
through.
take
You don't
up
have
on
to ask
that.
us twice.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Thank you.
All right. Chair Benny So of the Paiute tribe, Las Vegas Paiutes, thank you for being here. Councilwoman, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come up, we're going to tell you about, we're going to tell you about some wonderful events coming to Ward 6. It's right after this.
If you smoked, this new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit SaveByTheScan.org.
Selfie. Nailed it.
Welcome back to Access City Council. We are talking with Ward 6 Councilwoman Nancy Brune, and you have a lot of great events that are coming up here.
Yep.
Now, one of them just wrapped up, Nevada Reading Week.
Yep.
You participated, right?
Yep, I went to two schools, Divich, which is in Ward 6, and then Clyde Cox, and I love every opportunity to get in front of those little kiddos and just spend time with them.
So what
I
did
do
you
that
what
every
did you
year.
what did you read?
Dr. Seuss.
Oh, very good.
Yes,
Always a
Cat in the Hat.
winner.
That's a winner, yes.
Excellent. And we do that every year. The city participates, the council members do, city staff go out and read to the kids around the district, and you did it, you know, close to home in your ward out there. That's great. So we'll do it again next year. If you missed Nevada Reading Week, everybody, don't worry, it's coming. It'll be around before we know it again. And then, Councilwoman, this is a great tradition that you've started out in Ward 6, Bocaditos with Brune. You got a couple coming up.
March 13th at our Centennial Hills Y satellite office. And also April 10th, we'll have the one in April. And it's great because we just, you know, a different set of neighbors comes through every single time.
Very
we
cash.
get to hear, although recently we've had a lot of people talk about HOAs. So we're actually doing HOAs at our next Community Connections. We're
Let's talk
excited.
about that.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that on the 26th of March in the evening, and we'll be having somebody from the Nevada Ombudsman Office to come to answer all the questions about HOAs. We'll also have someone from our city's code enforcement team and our legal department, because a lot of times, you know, residents think that the city is responsible for, you know, shared landscape or something. So we just want to have everybody there so people can sort of clarify whose responsibility it is with respect to parking.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Councilwoman, talk a little bit about that. Some of the issues, to your point, the HOA may have different rules than maybe the city's code, and they're allowed to do that. That's part of their CC&Rs when they open that residents agree to. But sometimes
I think the biggest issues are parking. Like, you know, if someone's not parking according to the CCRs, you know, can the city go in and tow them, or the shared landscaping? So a lot of, you know, like small issues, but really when you spend most of your time in your house, in your neighborhood, it's top of mind for people and their concerns. So
let's talk about that again. So that's going to take place, everybody. It's going to be an important discussion. If you're a member of an HOA, you live in an HOA, this is something that would really be eye-opening, I think, for you. So Wednesday, March 26th, as Councilwoman said, out at the Centennial Hills Y, the Active Adult Center out there from 6 to 8. And again, we're going to have all kinds of resident experts to help you navigate what is the HOA's responsibility and what is the city's responsibility.
And we're also going to have a couple of people from Ward 6 who serve currently on our boards. And at our last Bocaditos, they were actually there fielding the questions. And so I think people who actually serve in those positions are the best source of knowledge, because they're like, oh yeah, we had that same problem in our HOA, and actually the state can't do this, or they can do this. So it's been really helpful to have the resident voices share their experience. Some people are like, sign up to be on the HOA boards. They're like gluttons for punishment. It is hard. It is a labor of love.
What have I gotten myself into?
It's worse than this kind of politics.
And then the ombudsman is kind of the intermediary, but when there's a controversy sometimes between people that live within the HOA.
Or they can help enforce something if the management company is actually not enforcing the CCRs or doing what they're supposed to do too. So, it's
interesting stuff. Good for you. That's going to be a good discussion again, everybody. That's going to take place on March 26th, that in the evening from 6 to 8. And then, Councilwoman, a good reminder here, the first Tuesdays, Metro has first Tuesdays on all of their area commands, including out in the Northwest. This next one will be Tuesday, April 1st. They open it up at all their area commands so people can kind of get to know the officers that are patrolling their area.
So they open their doors at 5. They serve dinner at 5, free dinner. And I think this one in April is going to be really important because they're talking about elder abuse. And so they'll have someone, I think, from legal aid talking about elder abuse and guardianship. And so we have a lot of seniors in Ward 6. So please come out and have your questions answered and learn something.
Yeah, for sure. So the Northwest Area Command, for those that don't know, is at 9850 West Cheyenne. Again, as Councilwoman said, there's a meal beforehand, then the program really gets started about 6. And elder abuse, I think, as the population, especially the baby boom generation, ages out, that's going to become more of an issue because there's going to be such a large percentage of the population that will be elderly. So
requiring help.
Yeah, exactly. So that is coming up on April 1st, everyone. And then you've got a great event. This is coming up on April 5th, another partnership with Get Outdoors Nevada. Great organization.
They're great. They're great partners. We always get about 50, 60 people come out to help clean up our parks. This one's going to be at Centennial Hills Park, the Butterfly Park. Come out early in the morning. We'll have some refreshments, some gloves, and it's a great way to meet people too.
Doing some tree planting, it says there too, so that's pretty cool. Saturday,
and
April
native
5th.
habitat.
So
it's a really special part of the Centennial Hills Park is the native habitat.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Not every park has it, so it's very unique.
I'm always amazed at just the level of participation you get at those things. You get a lot of volunteers come out and roll up their sleeves and really take pride in the parks. It makes us feel proud.
Yeah,
So,
and it's actually people who don't live in Ward 6. I mean, people will come across the valley to volunteer at Floyd Lamb Park. We have a lot of bird enthusiasts, animal advocates who will come out and help clean up the fishing lines.
All the
that get
snag
tangled.
things. Exactly. Even the little cigarette butts that get left here and there. So. So we appreciate everybody. Thank you for doing that. Our parks people do great work, but they can't get to every single thing. And when you come out and help, it makes a big difference. And then, Councilwoman, this is always a great event. The Bluegrass Festival is coming right up, April 12th.
I know, it's already that time of the year, right?
It's a perfect time for the bluegrass because it's just usually the weather is just right. It's not going to be too hot, not going to be too cold, and that's going to be Saturday, April 12th. It goes from 11 to 7, so it goes it's just nonstop music. So if you love...
So bring a blanket out, some snacks. They will also have food trucks there, and it's going to be over by the amphitheater. They've moved it from kind of the grassy area over to the amphitheater, which is really nice.
And did we mention, Councilwoman, that it's free?
Yes, yes. With a great lineup. Our staff is really excited about the lineup that we have this year, so you will definitely not want to miss it.
Yeah, we've had Grammy Award winners and everything come out and participate.
We actually have a couple of local bands this year, so we're really excited to be highlighting them.
All right, everybody, so that's going to be April 12th. It'll kick off that morning, go all day into the evening, and it's a wonderful event if you've not been out there before. So right in there in the heart of Ward 6. So Councilwoman, we're just about out of time here, but we want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Brune, you can give her a call at 702-229-5463, or you can give her an email, send her an email at nbrune@lasvegasnevada.gov. You can also visit the Ward 6 website or subscribe to the Councilwoman's newsletter by using that QR code that's on your screen right now. Great to have you on the program.
Thanks, Jay.
Well done. It was a great discussion with Benny Sue from the Paiute tribe.
Yeah, and if you haven't go out to the golf course, it's amazing. It's so beautiful.
Beautiful. It really is.
It truly is my favorite.
And there's a restaurant out there and everything. Even if you don't play golf, you can go check that out. It's pretty cool. So great job. We'll have you back in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 6. And in the meantime, everybody, please don't miss our next show beginning on March 13th with Ward 1 Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem Brian Knudsen. We want to thank you for joining us. City of Las Vegas TV is streaming now, so you can catch all of our shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And watch for that QR code that I mentioned in the closing credits of this show to subscribe to the newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us online at lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.
This